compact triangle in front of you. And moving the flesh of the buttocks from the center of each buttock out and back so that you are sitting on the sitting bones. Take the fingertips by the sides, roll the shoulders back and down, shoulder blades deep in against the back ribs. Tuck the chin in slightly and lift up through the crown of the head to the ceiling. And with the breath out, just allow yourself to become heavy with each next breath out, letting go of anything that does not serve you right now. Soften the groins, feel the contact between the base of the body and the floor. And just allow the gravity to pull you down from the inside. Allow yourself to feel the downward force of gravity. And then as you slowly begin to press the tips of the fingers down, and also begin to feel the upward force from the ground up. The sucking up action in the palms of the hands, reflected in the armpits and in the ribs, so that the downward and the upward forces balance each other. And now from the openness of the chest, place your hands in front of you. Take the roots of your toes against the chest, take your fingers slightly away from the chest wall. Relax the arms, relax the elbows. As you close the eyes from top to bottom, looking away from the thinking brain and down towards the heart. And just take a few breaths through the chest, through the heart center, and just see how that feels. How that changes the perception of who you are. Relaxing the face and all the facial muscles. Widen the space between the eyebrows. Soften the eyelids. Let the eyes move back away from the eyelids. Relax the jaw, the tongue, the throat. And then after your next breath in, we'll do the 3 arms together in your own time. As you exhale, bow the head down, surrender the brain to the heart once more. Release the hands to your thighs and listen to the resonance of silence. And as you breathe in, lift the head up, open the eyes, and stretch the legs forward. And cross the legs the other way, sitting down lower, and have something for the head. So we're going to start with some warm-ups for the hips. So just Urdhva Hastasana first, stretch the arms forward, up to the ceiling, extend and lengthen up, and feel the stretch from the hips all the way up through the tips of the fingers, keeping the arms straight. And see if you can feel yourself alive all the way through the tips of the fingers. Yeah, as if you had kind of little bulbs in the tips of the fingers, lighting up. And from there, lengthening forward from the hips, go halfway, keep reaching, keep lengthening. And then bringing the hands down, lengthening through the front body as you bring the head down. And once you're there, so allowing the thinking brain move towards the back brain, the eyes deep into the eye sockets. Keep breathing, be with the breath. Allow the hips, the buttocks to soften as best you can. And as you inhale, coming back to center. Stretch the legs. And once more, crossing the other way. And as you inhale, stretch the arms forward, have the palms facing down. And as you inhale, your next breath in, stretch up. Lengthen the sides, feel the difference between the stretch now at the front, the broadness of the abdomen, the stretch behind the abdominal wall. And then from there, again, lengthening forward from the buttocks all the way, go halfway. Then taking the hands down, lengthening more through the front, and then forward until the head goes down. So as soon as the head gets the support, allow the front brain release back to the back brain. Let the awareness move towards the back body. Let the eyes sink down deep into the eye sockets. Allow yourself to feel the awareness, the consciousness spread around the back as butter and bread. Yeah, feel the letting go, the softening of the buttocks, of the hips. Bringing yourself fully to the present moment, away from whatever happened today, whatever happened at work or elsewhere. Just let it all go and be present. And as you breathe in, then come back to center. And stretch the legs. And just coming into Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Hey, Rusty. Don't complain. Okay, so toes under. And just coming into dog pose, just lengthening, breathing, feeling. Just allow yourself to start to open, to feel how you are, to feel for any blind spots in the body. Soft knee breaths through the nose. So throughout the class, trying to stay in that aware state of mind, aware and still. And just notice how the weight is in the hands. And can you notice how it is towards the tips of the fingers? And can you make the weight more even so that you press the tips of the fingers down and the weight is not all on the wrists? And then as you breathe out, bend the knees and come down. And get yourself a blanket, and we are going to do just a quick few more warm-ups for the hips. So this time if you go Mukasana, have yourself some support for the head, so maybe 2 breaks on top of one another. Yeah, so starting here with the knees bent in front, taking your right foot, or say your left foot, to the outside of the right hip, and your right foot to the outside of the left hip. So your right leg is on top to start, and your feet are in line. You just feel how you are, how the hips are. Feel the kind of, there's a different sensation now, this compactness in the hips. From there, stretching the arms forward and up to the ceiling, extending, lengthening through the arms. See how it is now. And then from there, as you keep reaching through the tips of the fingers again, come forward. And then bringing the head down. And once you get there, again, try to let go where you need to let go, letting go of the hips. Letting the front brain move to the back brain, the eyes again deep in the eye sockets. So even when it's challenging, if you can let go a little deep, reach down, that's how things change. That's the process of the meditation in action that we are doing. And as you inhale, then come back to center. And bring your right foot on top of the left thigh, left foot to the front, more. So you're in half Padmasana. If that's too difficult, then you can bring the top foot on some support in front between the two knees. To see what you can do for yourself. And then from there, coming forwards again. Yeah. As long as you're coming from there and there's no pain in your knee, then we are good. And as you inhale, coming back to center. Taking your right foot on top of the left, so it's the feet crossing in this variation on Baddha Konasana. Yeah, so extending from the groins out towards the knees. Support yourself with the tips of the fingers, allowing the knees to come out, and then they will go down, but not pushing down. And then if you are flexible enough, see if you can bring the pubic bone forward towards the heels. Navel, chest lifting, shoulders back. And from here, one more time, come into half Padmasana. This time, if you can, if your hips allow, the front foot or the top foot could come forward or to the knee, and it's called Uttasana. So the shin bones are kind of on top of one another. If you can, if that's too much, then just keep it back, or also keep it on some height in front. All right, so wherever you are, then come forward. So it gets much more challenging when the right foot comes forward. And breathe through it again. So try not to shy away from the uncomfortable, but try to look at it. That's what we are doing. Looking at the uncomfortable with detachment, with awareness. And as you inhale, coming back to center. And now take your top foot, so your right foot against the other, and we are in Baddha Konasana now, with the soles of the feet against each other. So heels go in, pressing in towards one another, knees out, letting the hips open more. All right, and then you can bring your knees up and changing sides. So taking your right foot to the outside of the left hip, left foot to the outside of the right hip, and having some height for the head in front. They also you earlier. So feet are the same distance from the hips. And be even on your buttocks as much as you can. So if you need to lift yourself, bringing your left buttock down first, do that. And then as you inhale, stretching the arms forward and up to the ceiling. Extend and lengthen through the tips of the fingers. Breathing, and then from there, lengthening forward, taking the hands down and the head down. But try to stay heavy on the sitting, be heavy on the hips, heavy on the buttocks. Okay, and as you inhale, come back to center. And taking your left foot on top of your right thigh and your right foot forward. Yeah, or taking the foot in front if that's too much. And again, so leading with the chest as you go forward. All this stuff is so good if you've been doing a lot of sitting in an office, perhaps, at work, or journaling. And then as you inhale, coming back to center, taking your left foot on top of the right, soles to the feet crossing. Yeah, let your hips open, so bringing your knees out to the sides. Navel chest lifting, shoulders back. And this time, taking your left foot on top of the right thigh and try to bring it closer to the knee if you can. And if not, that's okay. And then coming forward again. So it will get more challenging when the foot is forward, and that's okay. Just feel what's going on. And as we inhale, then coming back to center. And last time, taking the soles of the feet together once more. Baddha. Pressing the heels in, letting the knees come out, allowing the hips to open, navel and chest lifting, shoulders back. Breathing. And then you can release. And come back into your Adho Mukha. Just in the dog pose, feeling how you are now. How is the weight on the hands? Again, can you bring your tips of the fingers to life? Imagine as if there's energy coming from tips of the fingers forward also, and see how that propels you to go deeper into the stretch. Breathe. Yeah, so bring your awareness to the tips of the fingers. So we'll be working with that a bit more. And as you exhale, you can bend the knees and come down. And you're just going to lie down first in Supta Tadasana. You can have the feet against the wall, have the mat all the way to the wall so that you don't pull yourself away, because you're going to do it like this. So starting with your knees slightly bent, and then as you straighten the legs, you're pulling at the mat to bring the shoulders down, keep the lower back down to the floor, so there's this kind of action in around the shoulders and also the pelvis. So lower back is staying down. And from there, bringing the arms up, heads of the humerus down to the shoulder joints as you take the arms overhead. Yeah, so as if you were standing, you're as tall as you can be, and lower back down on the floor. Okay, so just this first. So lying down with your knees bent. So of course this is the position of handstand, lying down. Yeah, this is how it should feel. So pulling at the mat, take hold of the mat by the sides as near the feet as you can, and start with your knees bent first. And then as you begin to press the feet against the wall to straighten the legs, without shuffling, so don't do any shuffle, as you just slide. Yeah, let the t-shirt kind of get stuck under, because that's the direction of the energy, that the skin of the back is moving towards the buttocks. The chest is open. Good. Keep pressing your feet evenly against the wall. And from here, then you can stretch the arms up to the ceiling, Allow the heads of the humerus drop down into the shoulder joints, and then bringing the arms overhead, have the palms facing to the wall in front, palms facing forward, Nisha, and take your arms over, but with that compactness in the shoulders and pressing your feet against the wall at the same time. So you're growing taller and taller, longer. Breathe. And again, remember the tips of the fingers that you are radiating from. All right, and then take your arms back up, back to your side. And we're going to do some leg raises. Many different ways we've done this, do this. Today I want you to do it like this. You start with your feet up. First, both legs up, belt around your feet, pulling at the belt, drawing the shoulders down, taking your left foot out and lengthening as the foot goes all the way down. And then you can use, using a brick on top of the thigh to keep it down really well. All right, then taking the leg up straight, changing sides, and the brick goes here. Then we're going to do Supta Paramudasana 2. So again, keeping the brick down on the thigh, and then taking the leg to the side. So as it goes to the side, the pelvis stays perfectly level. And the same on the other side. And lastly, bringing the feet a little closer to you. Okay, go for it. Okay, taking both legs up, Marianne, with the belt around both feet. And just give yourself a moment as you pull at the belt, drawing the shoulders down and the heads of the thigh bones. You deep into the hip sockets. Keep the legs in 90 degrees. You can take your feet back a little bit and keep them straight, a little bit further back so that, yeah, and then, so I want you to establish first that action in the hips. And then you can take your left foot out of the belt, extending through the heel as the leg goes all the way down, but focus straight. So you're learning that action of lowering the leg with that, keeping it straight and strong. Then holding the belt with your right hand, place a brick on your left thigh and really press it down with your left hand so that you feel that the left hip is down. Yeah, so that's your anchor, that's your stability there. All right, then take your brick away and lift the leg back up straight and firm. Take your belt around both feet. And then take your right foot out of the belt. And extending through the heel as you take the leg all the way down. Extend through the heel, keep the leg straight and firm. Yeah, and have a break on top of the right thigh now. Keeping it down, keeping both knees straight. Straight legs, lean, go on, top leg straight. You're going to have to tighten it all up, yeah? Not you, even though you probably too, but Fredia's building something, yeah, it's okay. Interesting. And then you can take the brick away, take your leg back up. Keep it straight, don't bend it. That's the whole exercise. Don't bend the leg. Put your belt around both feet. Again, and let yourself feel that heaviness of the tops of the thigh bones down into the hip sockets. Now take your left foot out and bring your left leg down Again, all the way, extend through the heel. Now hold the belt with your right hand near the right foot. Just with the right hand, place your left hand on the thigh with that brick. So the brick will really be important now. Okay, and then press it down and take your right leg to the side. Right leg to the side, pressing your left hand down on that brick. Yes, so, okay. Keeping your left thigh down and broadening. So think of broadening the abdomen from right to left and breathe. Hold the belt closer to the foot, Mary, a bit closer to the foot with your, even if the elbow may not be on the floor, yeah? It's better if it's not. And the brake should be on the left thigh. All right, then as you inhale, take your leg back up. On your next breath in, take your left leg back up, straight. And put the belt around both feet. Extend to the heels, allow the tops of the thigh bones drop down even deeper into the hip sockets. And now take your right foot out of the belt and extend through the heel as you take it all the way down. Go on. And place your brick on top of the right thigh, keeping it down. And then with that awareness of that thigh staying down as you take your left leg to the side, so you don't tilt the pelvis to the left, keeping leveled, keeping heavy on the right sacrum. So go to the side, Marianne, the leg goes to the side now. Are you holding? Yeah. Okay, keep going. Right thigh down. And then as you inhale, take your leg back up. On your next breath in, take your right leg back up, take the brake away first. Keep it straight, keep it focused straight, put the belt around both feet. Take both thighs away from you, lengthen, extend up through the heels, thighs away. And then as you breathe out, can you take your legs closer to you? But it's like lengthening the sacrum away. You know, lengthening the sacrum, keeping the tail kind of moving away from you in this, as the feet come closer to you. All right, and then you can release. Take your legs back, bend your knees. Turn around, come back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, into the dog pose. So again, establish your hands, come into the pose. Slightly pressing the tips of the fingers down, lengthening the sides, lengthening all the way to the buttocks. Pulling up the knees, thighs back to the thigh bones. Now slightly lift the heels, push the thighs back, elongate the soles of the feet from the toes to the heels and take the outer heels down without dropping the buttocks. One more time. So lift the heels up just slightly, pull up the knee cups, push the thighs back, and then elongate the soles of the feet from the toes towards the heels and take your outer heels down. Am I making any sense? And just feel the strength of your legs. All right, then as you exhale, bend the knees, come down, have a look. So now we're going to go do a dog pose one more time, but you're going to be on the tips of the fingers to make your fingers strong. So what I'm not trying not to do is that. So you've got to kind of bend them slightly. So claw hands. And then go slowly, yeah? So going back and then putting weight, you know, going up slowly. Okay? Let's try. Don't break your fingers. If you've got long nails, then this is going to be difficult. If you've got any kind of those fake nails, then that will be difficult, but hopefully you don't. Okay, so feel that sucking up action in the wrists. It's good for your carpal tunnels. And when you do it like this, are we on the tips of the fingers? Makes you understand how the weight is in the hands. And just staying for as long as you can, and you might not be able to go all the way, but try and do it somewhat. Yeah? Even if you don't put the weight on the tips of the fingers going all the way up, lifting the knees. All right, then come down and just do a normal dog. And I want you to see how that feels now. So feeling that aliveness in the tips of the fingers now. How is the weight in your hands? Because very often we feel pain in the wrist, especially the outer wrists, because there's too much weight on the wrist and not enough in the tips of the fingers. So can you feel the aliveness there now? And how that changes the lift of the pose, the lift of the spine. Bend the knees, come down. We'll try it just one more time. Just take a little rest. Yeah, little rest, and then again, coming on the tips of the fingers. This will make you strong. Your handstand, especially. Go for it. So go slowly, go in your capacity. Yeah, claw your fingers slightly. Yeah, like a cat. Like that. And mind your pinkies, because they don't tend to want to do that. And go. Yeah, good, Marianne, good. And just see how the pose feels when you do it like that. Yeah, nice. And then can you bring yourself down to flat hands, so bend your knees to come down, or you can just go down from there if you can, carefully. But trying to see what that has given you. Feel that aliveness in the tips of the fingers. And then you can walk your hands back and come up. Still there. Now I want you to have a belt. And so you're going to have a belt around your elbows, but I want you to kind of put it around twice. So it will take a little bit of fiddling around with it. So to start with, you're going to have to have it a bit wider. It's a bit too wide, I think. And then, so one hand goes in it one more time, then the other. Yeah, so it's twice and each arm. Yeah, so to start with, you've got to have it a bit wider to make that space. Yeah, making sense? And then with that, standing at the wall, this is so surprisingly difficult. Yes, we're just going to stand at the wall. It's all about the posture. Yeah? So that handstand becomes easier, makes more sense. Put the heels against the wall, bend your knees slightly, and first just align the floating ribs to go back. Floating ribs to go back till your back is flat on the wall, and the pelvis, you're lifting from the pubic bone as you straighten the legs, and then stretching the arms forward and up to the ceiling. Here, taking the hands all the way to the wall and lifting up. Without taking the floating ribs away. That's the tricky part. Can we do it again? Because I didn't see you. Take your arms to the sides. And I'll talk you through it. So first bend your knees. So bend your knees. And take your tailbone in. So pelvis under slightly. So that you bring the floating ribs, the backs of the ribs, back to the wall. Yeah, lower back to the wall. And then with that, not losing that action as you slowly straighten the legs. Yeah. So it's kind of like what you did on the floor. Yeah, straighten the legs completely. But keeping the lower back at the wall. So what has to keep working? Yeah, so deep in the core, you put to keep firmness there. And then from there, you can stretch the arms forward, pushing out against the belt. And as you inhale, stretch the arms all the way up. But when you stretch the arms, you don't compromise your lower back. Your lower back has to stay against the wall. That's the tricky part. Yeah. And lengthen again through the tips of the fingers. Feel the aliveness there still, what we were working on. And if you find it really difficult to keep the lower back against the wall, then it's something to practice every day. And then as you exhale, you can take your arms back down. And you're going to do the tree pose with the belt again. Yes, so having the belt twice on each arm. And you're going to have the knee, so the right knee against the wall first. So standing a little bit back from the rope sideways with your right leg closer. And then lifting the right foot up, pressing it high against the opposite thigh, pressing the knee against the wall. Yeah, and foot against the thigh against the foot. And then with that belt, stretching the arms forward and up. And as if you were still at the wall, trying to feel what that was like. So that the floating ribs are not falling forwards. And as you press the knee against the wall, what happens in that right buttock? If the foot slides, then push the heel more than the toes. And then as you exhale, you can come down and release. Yeah, and then turn around to the second side. So starting with the feet together, lifting your left leg up. Press the foot against the thigh against the foot, the outer right hip in to the body. Press the knee against the wall, feel the left buttock squeezing in. And then stretching the arms forward, pushing out against the belt as you stretch the arms all the way up, pressing out against the belt and feeling the lift of the sides of the body, not just the arm, but all the way from the base. And so it's like half Tadasana. So the right side of the body is lengthening from the heel all the way up. Feel that. So it's like half handstand or half Urdhva. And as you exhale, then take your arms back down and take your foot down. Okay, and now you can take your belt off, but we will work a little more with that action of that lengthening. Okay? So there are other poses, the standing poses that have the same shape, and one of them is Parshva Konasana. So have a break, and you're going to take the feet wide, and you can use the wall for the back heel. Left heel will be against the wall, right toes out, heel in. Yeah, stretching the arms out, bending your right knee, making your right angle, taking the hand down to the whichever way you need to break, And then, so it's the top arm, the stretch of the top side of the body from the heel all the way through the tips of the fingers. It's the same, like in tree pose, like in Tadasana with the arms up. Yeah, so that's what we are getting the length there. Yeah, so some of us are there, some of us are not. So let me talk you through it. Yeah, so feet are wide. Have your left foot against the wall, the heel against the wall. Turn your right toes out and the heel in. And turning your leg in the hip socket. And as you exhale, bending your right, stretch the arms out first. No, the upper body is upright, Marianne. Upper body upright. And just bending your right knee. Make a right angle. Upper body upright first. A bit wider with your feet, Marianne. A bit wider with the feet. And then taking your right hand down to the brick. Press the knee back against the elbow and be down low in the hips. Yeah, so really sinking down in the hips. Turning, excuse me, abdomen, the chest up, top shoulder back. And then stretch the top arm up, rotate, and bring your arm over. And just feel. So now you don't have the belt anymore, but what was that giving you? So the top side of the body is like, yeah, it's like the side of the tree pose, that with the straight leg, and also when you were at the wall, lifting the arms up. Same action. Go down lower in the hips, Marianne, lower down. Don't be afraid, lower. Same for Mary. Bend the front knee more. But turn the abdomen up. Yeah, stay, breathe. Soft, smooth breath. So can you make that connection? Can you still feel the energy in the tips of the fingers of the top hand? Right, then as you inhale, come up. Turn your feet forward. And together, and then turn around to the second side, so that you've got your right foot at the wall. Have the brick ready for the other side. Okay, so your right foot now, right heel is against the wall. Toes in slightly, taking your left toes out and the heel in. Stretch the arms from the center of the chest. And as you exhale, you're going to bend your left knee, go down, make a right angle. Go down lower in the hips. Marianne, a bit lower in the hips, a bit lower. Be brave. Back leg is firm though, don't collapse it. As you exhale, take your left hand down to your brick. Stretching up through the top arm. Rotate the upper arm and bring it overhead. But feel the stretch from the back heel. So even if you don't have the roll there, you just feel as if you have. Pressing the heel against the wall. That's what I was asking you to work on when you were here. Yeah, so that the thigh is not collapsing. And then feel the stretch all the way from the heel towards the tips of the fingers. So it's one holistic stretch. It's not broken at different joints. Take a picture and send it to you. All right, and then as you inhale, come back up. Turn your feet forward and feet together. So another standing pose that uses that same blend is, well, you can't talk because you're muted, so I have to tell you. It's warrior number 3. So with that blend and extension now, I want you to try like a seesaw. And you can have that belt again, yeah, because it's helpful. We'll do it twice, first with the belt and second time without. Okay. Same way like before, on your elbows. And then you won't see my arms. I'm just going to step back so you can see. So with the feet together, you're going to stretch the arms up. And now, so keeping the lower ribs in, Imagining as if you have the back of the wall, and then as the left leg goes back, the upper body will go forward, but the toes are staying. I'm too close to the wall, sorry. Yeah, as the toes stay down, and you make a seesaw. And then coming up. Yeah? Easy. So make sure you've got space behind, space in front, feet together, belt on your arms, feet are together in this. Strong legs, stand up as if you were standing at the wall still, with the floating ribs back. And then as you inhale, stretch the arms forward, push out against the belt, and stretch the arms all the way up. And imagine again that there is energy all the way through the tips of the fingers. You are radiating from the tips of the fingers. Keep the hips squeezing towards one another. And then, as you breathe out, you're going to take the upper body forward, reaching forward, as the left leg goes back, extending through the heel. At the same time, as the arms go forward, pushing out against the belt. Do not bend the back leg. So remember how we did it at the start? That's why we did it like that. Yeah, that we were lowering the leg down straight. That was to prepare you for this. And then coming up the same way as you went down. This is strong, but it's good work for you, good for the core. And just keep your belt on your arms and just relax for a moment before we do the other side. All right. And so the feet together, strong legs, be in your heels, squeeze the hips towards one another, lift the navel, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back and down. And as you inhale, stretch the arms forward, push out against the belt. And as you inhale, stretch the arms up and lengthen and push out against that belt. And then so you're going to visualize that it's the right heel that's going to start to go back as the upper body comes forward. Right leg back, but lift the heel as the upper body goes forward. At the same time. And is that reaching that is really helping. Yeah. Lift the leg up high, Mary. Reach forward through the tips of the fingers. And then as you inhale, come back up. The same way. And release the arms. And you can take the belt down now. We'll do it one more time. Without the belt, but just imagine that the belt is there. Okay, so feet are together, strong legs, and I want you to imagine you're standing in water to your waist or to your hips. And when you are going into the pose, you're going to just skim the water. Yeah? So you're going to be leveled with the level of the water, right? And as you inhale, then stretch the arms forward and up, imagining the belt still on your elbows. Stretch through the tips of the fingers. And then as the left heel starts to go back, the upper body comes forward from the hips at the same time. Keeping the upper arms at your ears and go. The more you can reach through the fingers, the easier it's going to get. Toes are pointing down, grip the hips towards one another. You've got a little way to go there, Marianne. Upper body forward more, skimming the surface of the water, of the lake, with the whole of the front body. Yeah. Can you lay your chest on the water? And then inhale, come up. And release. And then for the other side, one more time. All right, strong legs, hips, stretch the arms forward. And up towards the ceiling, stretch up through the arms, gripping the hips towards one another. And as you begin to imagine, you're taking your right heel back and then start to also do it, just imagining, as the upper body comes forward and lying on the surface of the lake, evenly. Just skimming the surface. Keep reaching through the tips of the fingers, feeling the energy there. Keep reaching through the heel. Thigh is lifting. Yeah, it's better, Marianne, a bit more to go with the chest down to get to the water. All right, and as you inhale, come up. Risha can't comment because I can't really see you that well, but from what I can see, it's good. Yeah, okay, so now you are going to do the L shape. So measuring your distance from the wall with your feet against the wall with one hand behind the buttocks, then the other beside it, that's your distance. Yeah. And so here, it's important that the tips of the fingers are pressed. So the hands are kind of slightly closed again to start. And then walking the feet up the wall. Then from here, stepping down, lower with the feet, until you make an L shape. Coming down and resting. And so do this twice if you can. So measuring your distance. And again, just testing how the weight is in your hands. Can you press the tips of the fingers down? Slightly clawed hands. And then once you can come up higher first and then slowly taking the feet down until you feel that you are making an L shape. The shoulder blades really have to go in towards the wall, head down, lean, and shoulder blades in. Shoulder blades, buttocks high, and shoulder blades in. Buttocks high, head down, shoulder blades in. So it has to feel like a dog pose in the shoulders. Okay. Take a little rest, try one more time. This is a good preparation for handstand, but in a sense harder, because there is a lot of weight on the shoulders. Mary, Mary, where are you? Did you run away? Hopefully not. Are you too far away from the wall? I wonder. Marianne, show me. So if you can press the tips of the fingers down, then you won't feel pain in the wrist. No, buttocks have to go up. No, buttocks have to go up, Liam. Buttocks, straighten the legs, straighten those legs. Take your head down and shoulders in. Shoulders and lift up through the buttocks. Lift up through the buttocks. Shoulder blades in. No, head down, shoulder blades. In, head down, lift up. Looks a bit better now, yeah. So the upper body is doing a dog pose. Straight arms. Right, and come down, rest. So the last one, you can do the same, or if you are feeling adventurous, then you could see if you can learn to kick into handstand. Do you have a bolster? If you have a bolster, get a bolster. The bolster will stop you, it's kind of for security and for, so you feel that the shoulders are not kind of going towards the wall. You can have your belt again on your elbows, just maybe once, twice. Yeah, it's also helpful, but it might feel a little kind of claustrophobic. So just have the belt around the arms once, normal. Yeah, so making it a little tighter. So your arms are shoulder width. And then, so have the hands slightly out and by the sides of the bolster. And then you're walking your feet in, lifting the buttocks high, walking in, and then deciding which leg is going up. And that stays straight as you swing on the other. Yeah, like this. And then so the swing is something that might take some time, so that the leg that goes up stays straight. Because if you keep bending it, once you get there, you push yourself away from the ball, and you just kind of spring on the other leg. Give it a try. Be a bit closer to your bolster, Marianne. Have the hands nearly by the side. Yeah. Walk in, walk in. The more you can walk in, the easier it's going to be. And then decide which leg is going up, and that stays straight. Then you hop on the other leg, hopping on the other leg. Yeah. Go on. Hop on. Durf je hopst. Yeah, but the top leg, so the one that's going up has to stay straight. It's the other one that you're hopping on. Yeah, Liam, just a bit more power, you'll be there. Yeah, nearly. Yeah, a little more power, go on. Yeah, he's there. Well done. See, you've been practicing. Yeah, Lisha, and that's it. That's why the leg has to stay straight, the one that goes up, because if it bends, you push yourself back down. So that the one that goes up has to stay straight. Yeah, yeah, and then you hop on the other one. So the other one is bending to hop. Yeah, like that. Try again. Yeah, nearly there. A little more power. So you can try one more time. Yeah, good. This will take a little practice and you'll get there in no time. Okay, so if you're tired, you can rest. Okay, so now get yourself a chair. Yes, so I'd like you to do this one. So I do this quite often because I find it so helpful for the inversions. So it's a good preparation for handstand. So you put a break between the hands and then elbows, thinking of pressing the outer elbows down as you walk your knees back. So your knees are on the hips and the ribs are lifted. Yes, you're not doing this, but the floating ribs are lifted. And just allowing the triceps to lengthen, the shoulders to open in the strap. Take your hands up a little bit more, Marianne, away from the wall. Hands up so that your elbows are in a right angle. And lean, just walk your knees back a little bit and try and have your back straighter. Yeah, it's the upper back that's hunching, kind of. Yeah, just let it go down. Yeah, you're trying to control the lower back, and that's good, but the upper back, just try and breathe through. As you breathe out, let it go down. Between the shoulder blades, that area needs to go down. And breathe. All right, and then you can release. And so, have a blanket and the chair, and the blanket three-folded. So from this shape, I'm gonna fold it once, twice, three times. So it's like harmonica, it's like this. And then that's gonna be underneath my head. And this edge here, the edge of the chair, is going to help me to move the shoulders in, in head center, because that's the struggle. That's what kind of makes it difficult, because the shoulders want to go the wrong way. So, starting with the hands facing up, elbows are shoulder width. In this position, the shoulders roll out the way you want them to. Then you just take the blanket to the hands, but not quite over, interlocking the fingers. And I put my hands underneath the chair a little bit. And then I'm taking the crown of the head down. And I walk the feet in. And then lift one leg, then the other. The chair should stay put. Yeah, and here's the chair is helping you to move the shoulder blades deepen against the back ribs. Now you don't have to bounce, you can just stay there. Okay. So that lift of the blanket is a really good thing for the health of your neck. Elbows down, Marianne, what's going on? That's your base. So before you take your head down, you've got to make that triangle first. Yeah. So you now remember I was starting with the hands up first. Yeah, so that to allow the shoulders to open. Then interlocking the fingers, like so. Pressing the wrists down to lift. Placing the head just here on your blanket. And then go slowly. So then you lift your buttocks as if doing a dog pose, and you've got to really press the wrists down. And when you come up, just see if the chair is helping you. So are you under the chair enough so the chair is pushing the shoulders in? That's what it should be doing. If it's not doing that, then you need to take yourself under the chair a little more. Yeah, so I want your necks to be happy. And if you don't want, if that's too much to come up, then you don't have to just do that preparation, and that will make you strong. Yeah, so and then walking the feet in more, Marianne, if you can, lifting the buttocks high. Oh. Yeah, good, Lim. Yeah, so that chair is a good indicator of how the shoulders are. It's helping you. You're too far away from the chair, Liam. You're too far away from the chair. You need to take yourself kind of under a little. Yeah, more, even more. More. Yeah, otherwise you won't get the benefit of the chair. So head is under the seat of the chair. And walking the feet in. So you want to feel the chair pushing against you. Yeah. Pushing against you. Yeah. Walking in and then go up. And if you've been there for long enough, you can come down and rest. Yeah. Still too far away from the chair, Liam, so you need to be, practice with taking yourself under more. Marian, come down now. Mary is cheating with the toilet thing. It's good though. I know, I tried it, it's good. Okay, so we will have to work on shoulder stand next time because it's nearly time to finish, but we will do it in the resting way, yeah? So we will do it shoulder stand with the chair. So you have one of your mats. Yeah, so mat will be on top of the chair, rolled up. And the chair needs to come away from the wall. The mat is on the edge. The bolster is for your head, also for the shoulders. To start with, sit yourselves so that the mat is behind you, and then hooking with the knees over the edge, and then lowering yourself down. So the shoulders are on the bolster, arms under, and then go. Good. Okay. All right, so from there, then we're going to do the Parita Karani. And if you can, if you feel brave enough, you could try. You're going to have to take your arms out. And taking the knees forward, but you must not lose balance as you lift yourself up this way. Okay? But starting here. To come down, taking the arms out, feet here first, then arms up, and then slide it. All right, go for it. You are too close to the wall, Marian. And the blanket is not great for the chair because it doesn't give you friction, so you need to have a mat on the chair. And once you're there, just breathe. So just let yourself settle. And so the mind kind of gets into a mode of being in Shavasana. Really relaxed, as if you were doing relaxation. Staying with the legs over the back of the chair, it's only that unsupported one, you can't really stay in it for very long, so we'll do that at the end. So ideally the arms are under, reaching towards the back bar of the chair. If you've got the two bars at the back, then try and hold the bottom one with the palms facing up, or you can also hold the sides if that's easier for your elbows, just whichever. But it's better with the palms facing up or in towards each other rather than down. Maria, where are you going? Let's try again. You need to aim to bring yourself down, not away from the chair, but down. Keeping the buttocks on the chair. Chin down, chin down, chin down. Relax the chin down, so you should be on the back of the head. It's not a headstand now. We've done headstand already. This is a different position for the neck and head. Don't give up, Marianne. Okay, so those still with me, you can come into Viparita Karani, taking the legs up towards the ceiling, but keeping the sitting bones down on your chair. Straight up to the ceiling with your legs. The abdomen is broad and soft. The diaphragm is relaxed if you do this right. Okay, and from there, taking the feet to the top of the chair, and now we try the unsupported, Niralamba Shavangasana. So I think that's just Liam at the stage. Taking your, so carefully, okay, good. And lift up, make your legs firm. And so the rest of you, if you are down, you can just do your Shavasana. Well done. It's not an easy class. And also, so Liam, you can in your own time, you can first take your feet to the top of the chair and then sliding back until the buttocks are on the bolster. You can keep the feet on top, that's it, and just stay there for a little bit. And you can even relax there, but with the buttocks down. So if you remove the bolster and just take yourself down, you can do a little Shavasana there. Letting go and just allowing the body to assimilate what you have done in the class. Just letting go, let yourself receive that stillness, that aware presence that is already there, always there. There's nothing more to do, and there's nothing left undone. Just letting go. So with this, I am going to stop the recording. I'm going to leave you. Sleep well tonight. Keep practicing, and see you all next week. That's the last class next week before the summer break. Good night.